Hello, I'm Professor Marilyn Williams from William Jessup University. Welcome to jessupLEAD. You may have heard the saying, nobody likes change, unless of course it's their idea. Well, this is why leading change requires great humility and patience. Leading change with humility and patience not only helps people prepare for the change, but helps prepare the change for people. What do I mean by that? A while back, I was promoted to lead a national initiative. This initiative would have impacted every level of our organization. It was progressive, it was innovative, it was needed, it was potentially transformational. I was 100% all in, but it lacked one thing, and that was it was decided upon and initiated without feedback. And therefore it lacked humility and patience. Consequently, it was a mess. Enter naive me. Gordon MacDonald talks about this in his book, Who Stole My Church? And he discusses the deep fear and resentment that can occur when change is led without preparation. So as I got into this initiative and I began to lead on this initiative, I soon realized that I forgot to ask two questions, not just one. Certainly, I should have asked, how prepared are people for this change? But I also needed to ask, how prepared is the change for the people it will impact the most? You see, a couple weeks ago, Dr. Dave Heitman spoke to us about the necessity of feedback in general in our leadership. Feedback is absolutely critical in preparing the change we want to lead before we lead it. You see, in order to lead change effectively, we need to first make sure it will be effective. And no matter how great of ideas we have, none of us knows all. In fact, leaders typically know less about the areas that will be impacted by their ideas than those who actually lead those areas. And so therefore, we need to seek, receive, and implement feedback from those who will be most impacted by the change into the change we're trying to lead. Now, to be clear, the more change your idea will bring and the more people your idea will impact, the more feedback you will need. Now, this requires great patience, which is not something enthusiastic entrepreneur leaders often have. However, effective leadership requires enthusiastic leaders to slow down, listen to those they lead, and prepare the change accordingly. Your great idea will be further refined and become even more proficient as you allow those who will be most impacted by your idea to speak into that change. Listening, receiving, and implementing feedback will also buy you people who own and champion the change, which is something you're going to need. In fact, I would say the bigger the change, the more people you need to buy into it before you begin leading it. To surmise, your great idea will get nowhere if it isn't prepared for the people it will affect the most. Leading change effectively requires leaders to have patience and humility, seeking and implementing feedback. You see, although it has always been necessary to prepare people for change, preparing change for people has never been more critical than it is today. How are you preparing your great ideas for those you lead?